Hey, it's Kim, your over 50 makeup teacher, and today we're going to be talking about challenges with makeup. I get so many questions about things that you're having difficulty with when you are meandering through midlife and trying to adjust to the changes in your skin. And so we're going to chat a little bit about that, and then I'm going to show you some of the techniques for the most common issues that we have with makeup. Issue number one that many people talk to me about is what's going on underneath. Hey, let me know where you guys are watching from, all the way from Oklahoma. Yeah, I'd love to know where you guys are watching from. I go live typically on Thursdays, but I have my granddaughter on Thursday of this week, so that's why I'm here. Challenge number one has to do with the under eye area. So addressing two issues that happen there. Number one is discoloration. Number two is texture. So when there's discoloration underneath of the eyes, the best method for helping discoloration is to color correct. So, first and foremost is getting your skin in shape is my number one piece of advice. And whatever that skincare routine is for you, it is. But if you're not getting the results that you want, then you need to seek out other options for skincare, because truly there are a whole bunch of different types of makeup out there for different types of skin. Not all is great for mature skin. Cream formulations, some liquids are good for mature skin, but for the most part, sticking with creams are safe. But in a nutshell, if you don't have your skin under control, it doesn't really matter. Okay, so finding a skincare, I like to call it a ritual now. There are a lot of really great skincare companies out there who have routines or rituals. A lot of what I get is, I don't want to put a lot of time into skincare. I get it, and that was me. Until I did establish a routine that has about 6 steps to it, okay? It has 6 steps. You might be saying to yourself, that's 4 steps too many for me. Okay. I'm just going to give it to you blunt. But if you're looking for the results in your skin, you have to be open to apply the things that your skin needs, okay? That could mean that it needs a hyaluronic acid in order to hydrate and to be able to hold the water in. That could mean that it needs some form of nourishment, that you need some natural ingredients that are really great for the skin, that have been tested for centuries on the skin, okay? Doesn't mean that you have to go and you have to get this really expensive procedure. That's not at all what I'm talking about. What I mean is finding products that are great for your skin. So that's first and foremost. So let's talk again about the under eye area. The reason I mentioned that is because with the right skincare, and of course, you can't overlook just eating nutritious, nutrient-dense food, drinking lots of water, maybe electrolytes, but getting a lot of sleep. Those are just the basics. But when we're talking about under eyes, let's talk color correction first. The reason that color correcting is so important is because if you take just your makeup and you put it over the darkness, it's just going, on many occasions, just to appear less dark, but more gray. So you're not actually countering the issue. You want to make sure that you counter the issue with a color that is opposite the color wheel. So for example, if you see blues, if you see purples, then you're going to want to use something from the orange or the yellow family. If you see reds, then you're going to want to counter it with something from the green family. So just using color correction the way that it's meant to. But once you color correct, then you actually need less product under your eyes. And anytime you can go with less product under your eyes, the better, because what happens, back to my original statement, and we're talking about discoloration and texture, the more product that you put under your eyes, the more creasing you're going to get. So you want to keep product to a minimum, the right type of product, and color correcting. So I'll go ahead and just use what I use. I love this color corrector by Amazing Cosmetics. And if you want all of the links for things that I'm going to be talking about today, you can just comment the word K Skin. So K Skin's going to give you even the information about the skincare that I use. Yeah, I'll talk to collagen. K Skin will give you the information for the skincare I use. It'll give you the information for the color corrector and just the products that I use. That way you're getting them. Collagen is very beneficial, and having something like, I like something that is more of a marine collagen, something that there are all different types of collagen out there. So I use a marine collagen. This is also by the same company that when you comment K-Skin, you'll get that link, but they have a brand new formulation that's coming out. Tomorrow is August 1st. August 1st, that I just tried. It's really, really yummy. I wish I had, I'll share this in my stories at this live, and then I'll post the information about the collagen right after I post it so that you guys can get all of the information and the technical details about it. But lots of good ingredients in this. Anyway, let's color correct a little bit. So let me zoom in for you. So if you look at what you see here, I have blue, and most of the time it's blue, okay? You could have some purple, you could have some green, but most of the time it is blue. This area right here. Since I've gotten my skincare under control, I used to have really dark, ignore my nails, they need painted again, but I used to have really deep, dark under eyes. That's gone. So I'm gonna take my color corrector, which is a peach color, and I'm going to just correct what is blue and purple. I'm gonna let that sit, and I'll put some here on the other eye. But we don't need to put a lot of product in areas where we don't have any discoloration. Tapping and only on those areas that are of concern. All right, so Amazing Cosmetics, they have 3 different levels. Like this one is the light to medium, but then they have one that is fair to light and medium to dark. So these colors just get darker. The light to medium, I believe, has the green with it as well. So, but they are true color correctors. Now, the one thing that I didn't do that I always do, but I jumped the gun, is hydrate underneath of my eyes. And I typically have a balm. It's in the bathroom right now. I typically have a balm that I end up hydrating underneath of my eyes, because you want to make sure that your under eyes are hydrated. Mine are, because I just did my skincare half an hour ago. So mine were nice and hydrated. But if not, so you can see what's already happened just by the color correction. It still looks really natural. And one thing that I want to mention is we need to normalize tear troughs, okay? This is a tear trough. That is normal, like, to have them. And I have seen some results of people trying to get some filler through here. And then when you smile, unless you know somebody who is really, really good at it, and when you smile, all of that filler comes up here, and it gives you like all of this puffiness in this area. So please understand that tear troughs are totally normal. The balm is also part of the Korean skincare. Yeah, so that's the next thing. I'm going to show you the sunscreen and the Glow Drops again because I really love it. All right, so under eyes, that's issue number 1 that we need to kind of get squared away. Now, let me zoom in. We can do one of 2 things right now. I feel pretty comfortable, although you might not be able to tell it. I can see a little hue of the peachy color. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go into my cream foundation, and I'm not going to apply a really light concealer there, okay? If I put a light color right here, I have a lot of texture, okay? You guys can see it. I have a lot of texture. Totally normal. I'm 54, okay? If I go too light there, it's going to accentuate that texture. So I'm just gonna go into my main foundation shade. And this is all Saint makeup. So I don't know if you've ever heard of Saint before, but Saint it's a one compact makeup system. So all of my products are right here in one compact, and they're all individualized and personalized tins so that they're my colors. And I can help you build a compact of your own. All you've got to do is just comment color match, and I can help you. That's totally free, just to build a compact with foundations, lip and cheek colors, eyeshadows, color correctors, all the things. Do you see what I'm doing here though? I'm using this cream formulation that is warming up to my skin, and my skin is warm, so it's kind of blending like butter. It's like a seamless look and natural look. It's dewy. Yes, it does have beeswax in it, so you would want to find something that doesn't have beeswax. I'm gonna just go ahead and use a beauty sponge. Yeah, just comment color match and I'll help you build a personalized compact. It's really simple process. I actually do it from a selfie for you, okay? We don't want to go in with like a whole lot of product in that under eye area. All right, now, one place that we do want to bring light to is the inner corners of our eyes, okay? And this highlighting this area through here can really bring your face to life. And I'm just gonna use a color that is like 1 or 2 shades lighter than my regular foundation. And it's coming to the UK, we were told, hopefully September, so not far. So excited for you guys. All right, and I will still be able to color match you. And if you're in the UK, I mean, you can go ahead and comment color match and just get matched, and that way you're ready to go. Okay, so all I did was take a lighter, 1 or 2 shades lighter, and I placed it in this, I like to refer to this as the sweet spot. So it really is, hold on, I'm gonna put my blind up just a little so that the lighting is a little bit better. This is all natural light. I don't have a makeup mirror, anything on, a light, nothing. It's just all natural light so you guys can see what's going on. So just 1 or 2 shades lighter in this corner, okay? No more of layering it all under here if you have a lot of texture. So if you are smooth as silk right there, like we were when we were 20, you go for it. But this is how things, all you've got to do to send me a message is you can comment here, or you can just go click on my picture and it should say send message. All right, and then we come right down along here. All right, so under eyes have been addressed. Color correct, minimal product. Don't put too light of a color directly underneath of the eyes. Bring light to the inner corners in this area. All right, second major problem that we tend to have challenges with makeup as we get older is the cakey look, okay? For me, I love just a natural look. Like I truly want my makeup to be an extension of me, to help me look polished and to maybe even out and smooth out any uneven parts of my skin tone, and just to basically just smooth out all of my wrinkles. All right. There's not a makeup on the planet that is going to hide texture. Okay. So more or less you want to end up playing with light a little bit. And where you add depth, dimension, you bring light to your face, you add coverage where you need to, it gives this three-dimensional look. So when you think of it that way, it's pretty freeing. You just have to know where to place things. So I am going to still use my Saint palette because I love it. I've tried multiple kinds of makeup, and I found Saint, and I haven't found anything that compares. Plus, it's all here, and this is my makeup bag, all of it. I'll show you what mine looks like. So I have like 3 different colors of foundation because my face isn't the same color in August as it is in October or in March. I have bronzer, contour, lip and cheek shades. On my lip and cheek, I like options. I have eyeshadows. And then I travel with this and a couple brushes, and it's so nice. All TSA approved. All right, so before I do that, I want to go in and I'm going to show you, I'm going to apply some sunscreen. Doing this a little bit backwards, so I'm going to try to avoid my under eye area that I've already put it there because I was talking about under eyes first. But I'm going to just put a little bit of sunscreen here. And then I found these glowing drops. They're bronzing drops from e.l.f. I got them at Target. You could probably get them at any big box store. Walmart probably has them because e.l.f. products are everywhere. And I added just a little bit of the bronzing drops to it. I haven't tried that. No, I haven't. All right, so I basically put my sunscreen on and mixed a little bronzer with it. And I got hair in my mouth. Get out of there. So using bronzer to even out your skin tone is so easy and helpful. When you have hyperpigmentation, when you have dark age spots and sunspots, and I don't mean to keep preaching skincare, but these are just the facts. I'm going to zoom in so that you guys can see. I have lots of sunspots, age spots, hyperpigmentation. These have gotten incredibly lighter, so they're not near as noticeable. But when you have a lot of that going on, when you take a light dusting of bronzer or something like this, and you put it on your face, you are almost taking the lighter spots and making it match the darker spots. Now, you're probably not going to get an exact match, but that's not the idea. The idea is to make those dark spots look less obvious, okay? Because if you go and you sit there and you try to color correct every single age spot and you're layering product, nope, it still didn't cover, oh, nope, still didn't cover, oh, nope. Now you've over applied product, and now we're getting to cakey makeup, right? And that's what we want to try to avoid. So cream products are really good because you can build where you need coverage, and it looks a whole lot more natural. So those glowing drops, though, those are a really great option to bronzer. And look, like if I wanted to go, I could add a little bit of lip color and blush, add some mascara, and skedaddle out the door. But it just evened out my skin tone a little bit, right? All right, so let's talk a little bit more about foundation. So because creams are buildable and you can mix colors, because when makeup appears cakey, it's because you have had to over apply it in order to cover something that you want covered. But in many occasions, it's because you're using the wrong color of foundation. And if you're still using the same color of foundation that you have been for years, your skin's probably not the same color. And the older we get, we should be shading up a tad. All right. I'm not talking about the discoloration. Nobody wants the floating face where your face is one color and your neck's one color. I'm not talking about that. But I am talking about maybe you need a tone change if you are looking, I don't like to use this word, but you know what I mean when I say like that fakey look, like you can totally see makeup. For me, I like up close makeup. I mean, people might be able to say, yeah, she's wearing makeup. That's okay, but like, it's not obvious. It's not the first thing. They look at it and they say, oh, it's like enhancing her appearance. It's not masking it. So let's talk about application of cream products or any cream products or any products in general when you want a natural look. So brushes matter. If you are going to want something that has more of a, let's say, you want to be able to build and you want more of a glamorous full coverage look, then you want to find a brush that has, let me see if I can find the better one, that has more of a tight nap, okay? These brushes have more of a tight nap to them. It's kind of like comparison to carpet. This would be more like a Berber, okay? And then if you want like a light coverage, something that's more natural, now we have something that's more like a plush, right? And then something that's even plusher yet would be more like a shag carpet. And that would be something that you want really just light touch. This is a bronzer brush, so you want to go light in that department. So for me, because I want something that's more natural, I'm going to use something that's in between. This is called the 3D brush, but I'm really looking for my favorite brush. Oh, okay. This one is called the shape brush. This one is more rounded and fluffy. Okay. I'm going to go into my foundation, which my regular foundation is pretty dark for summer. And it's this color right here. And I'm going to just feather it in where I feel like I need a little bit more coverage. That may not be everywhere, okay? It may not be everywhere, and that's okay. We get into this rhythm of just feeling like we need to place product in a specific spot. Well, we feel like we need to lather ourselves with product instead of putting it exactly where we need it. And think about that a little bit differently. So I'm only going in where I need some coverage and to even out any discoloration. All right, the one thing I am going to do, because I put my sunscreen over top, which was not a smart move, is I'm going to go back in and lighten this area. Well, you have to look at the ingredients. Now, Saint makeup is water-based. So that's a great question, Sandy. How do you know which makeup is oil-based versus which is water-based? A lot of creams are water-based. And so when you find a water-based makeup, if you feel like you need to use a setting spray or a primer, make sure it's water-based. If you're using a silicone-based product, then you want to make sure that you are using a silicone-based primer and setting spray. Otherwise, it's like oil and water and your makeup's gonna slide. It's not gonna stay, which is the intent of primer and setting spray, is to get it to stay in place. One perk to having your skin in good shape is you don't need a primer. My sunscreen basically is my primer now, okay? And the reason it being is because your makeup will stick better when your face is hydrated. It's that simple. So if it's naturally hydrated because of your skincare, you won't need a primer. But if you find that you need a primer, like you absolutely cannot go without a primer, then chances are it's because your skin needs something from the skincare line. All right, so all right, so now I have addressed the under eye area, okay? Less product, color correcting, using the right colors, not too light under the eye. I've addressed that cakey look. So you want to make sure that you are choosing the right products. Find a brush that you can sweep products on and get the right color so that you don't have to layer product on so that it looks cakey. And don't go too light because it's going to end up accentuating fine lines, texture. Okay. All right. The next thing that I get a lot of questions on is contouring. And is that something that we should be doing the older that we get? And the short answer to that is, of course. Yeah, I mean, contouring is power. It adds dimension. It gives you the cheekbones that maybe you never had. Or as gravity sets in and everything drops, we need that additional dimension, maybe just placed in a little bit of a different place, in order to give us a more youthful look. So I'm going to use a contour, and I'm going to show you where I contour, but I'm also going to tell you why I'm not putting contour in certain areas as well. Okay, so what happens as we get older is we hollow out here, and we hollow out here, correct? We also get droopiness here, which are, these are the jowl, this is the jowl area. We get droopiness. So the purpose of contour is to make an area recede or look like it's setting back in. The purpose of lighter colors is to bring them forward, to make them stand out, which is why you don't want to put too light of a color where we have a lot of texture. You know, I have 11s, my forehead moves. If I put too light of a color in those areas that have a lot of wrinkles, hello, they're there for the world to see. If I hollow out an area right here that's already starting to kind of fall and get hollow, I'm going to start to look like Skeletor. So I've got to be careful. Pay attention to your face shape, but I'm going to speak in generalities right now. Okay, first and foremost, you can do cheek contour with one dot, and I'm going to show you that because it's that easy. So I'm going to dip into my contour right here, and I'm going to, just as a generality, I'm going to follow my eye, the corner of my eye, right down here to where I can feel it, my cheekbone, okay? I'm also going to follow the top of my ear down, and it's where those two intersect that I'm going to put one dot. Now, this area right here, if I go a little bit lower, that is the natural contour of my cheek. But for me, I'm going to stay a little higher because I don't want to look like Skeletor. All right, so let's not get so hung up on the brushes for contouring. Because, I mean, there's even sticks for contouring out now. Like, you don't even need a brush. You could just put a little finger dot if you want. So right there is one dot of contour. Now, where am I going to move it? Okay, so now we're going to move this contour where I need it. This is cream-based. That's why it's so easy. I'll just grab this shape brush so that you guys can see. It really doesn't matter the brush. It matters the technique and the location. So I'm just gonna feather this on back right to my ear. You should never be able to look at somebody. No, I don't want to say that because, I mean, I don't want to look at somebody and say her contour, like I love her contour, like I can see her contour. What I want to be able to look at somebody and say is, wow, her cheekbones are awesome. You know, and so it's only meant to give a shadow. And I am flicking up. Because this is a cream, it like blends like butter. There's not any other way to describe it, okay? If you have a fuller face or even if you have a thinner face and you want to come in and do more of a Nike swish to give it more of a fuller, Miss Fergie 2006, you're doing the blinking, good. I had so many people that were kind of giving me flack, like, I'm going to get that all over my eyelids. No, just blink into your mascara. Okay, let's do this again. We're gonna follow the corner of our eye down right to where you can feel your cheekbone, like it's sitting on my finger right now, okay? And then you're also going to follow from the top of your ear down, okay? So I can feel this. Now I'm going to start right there. I'm just gonna put that dot. Now where are we gonna move the product? We're gonna move the product on back to our ear. And we're going to flick up. So as a rule of thumb for me, the older you get, you're just going to keep your contour a tad higher. Sue, if you are interested in getting a color match, all you've got to do is comment color match, and I can help you match your colors. If you're interested in getting a great skincare routine, comment K Skin, letter K and skin. All the links will come to you. So any of the products that I'm using here, you're going to be able to get the links for them. Okay. All right. Coming to Europe, coming to the UK, we were told like September. So, all right, where else do we contour? You're going to contour your forehead. All right. But I always stay in these divots right here. I'm going to, thank you so much for being here. All I'm going to do is put a little bit of contour here and push it on back to my hairline. If you have silver hair, just be a little bit cognizant of getting it in your hair, but for the most part, I will avoid my temples. The purpose of contour is to make an area recede and sink in, okay? So if I put contour right here, it's going to make this area look more concave. Again, I don't want to deepen that. It really depends on what type of contour you're using. I love a warmer contour that has more red in it, because I kind of like that warmth. But if you're using so you might have some flexibility to be able to go in this area. But if you're using a cool contour, like something that's more ash or gray, then avoid this if you have like the narrowing or the hollowing out right here. This is actually a contour. Hold on, maybe. Sometimes I do use some of the highlights. No, actually, this is Fiji. So it is a highlight, but this is the color that I'm using. I'll show you guys. That's the color contour that I'm using. When I give you a color match, I will make a contour recommendation. Do me a favor and trust me, okay? Because you're gonna say, oh, that contour looks so dark. It's only as dark as you apply it. What I'm looking at though is the tone of it. Like I want the tone to look great with your brows, to look great with your hair color, to look great with your overall skin tone. So don't worry about like the actual dark or light of it, okay? Because it's pretty hard and solid. It's not going to go on dark unless you want it to go on dark. It's more about the tone of it. Let's contour the nose. I saw somebody had said that earlier, so yeah, let's do it. I'm going to take I gotta find a brush that's actually clean. You should be cleaning your brushes. Don't do as I do as I say. All right, so I'm gonna dip into my contour, all right? And I'm going to ignore this area right here, but I'm gonna follow so you can see the natural shadow. There's one that goes here, there's one that goes here, and then you see this ray of lighter skin going right down through the bridge of my nose. Now, if you want to try and slim your nose, hey Renee, miss you girl. If you want to try and slim your nose, you want to try and get these two shadows closer together, all right? But for all intents and purposes, I'm just gonna follow those. And I'm gonna kind of make a little, I'm gonna round that off at the end, just like that. Okay, so that looks weird as all get out. Don't worry about it right now, but another plus of creams is I can tap this out. Okay, I don't want to get rid of it all of a sudden, so I don't want to over tap, but I just want to leave the shadow there. I didn't know that even contouring your nose was a thing. I'm like, oh my gosh, that makes the biggest difference in the world. Now that's still too dark, so relax. I'm gonna go in with that lighter concealer shade that I put here in my eyes, and I'm gonna bring that right down through the middle. Now we're just gonna take a peek at what's gonna happen. I'm gonna take this brush and I'm just gonna tap it out. Tap it out, tap it out. Again, this is a situation where you don't want somebody to say, oh, look at her cute nose contouring. No, I don't want, that's not a compliment. What's a compliment is, wow, you look so wide awake. Like, look, like your overall glow is unbelievable. We want those kinds of compliments that somebody can't pinpoint exactly what it is that we did. It's the overall look. And when we concentrate so much on distractions like under eye bags or lip lines or things like that, that's another thing I'm gonna show you guys in just a minute, we end up over applying product and getting hung up on the little things, when the biggest detail of all is to make your overall look just sensational and vibrant. And that comes by tweaking and putting all of these teeny tiny little puzzle pieces together into one thing to be able to make the look that you're going for. All right, so let's talk. Okay, so we did cheekbones, we did hairline, I helped you contour a nose, my nose. Now let's talk about the jowl area. So this area right through here, what ends up happening is, Fantastica! Thank you so much for being here, guys. It's so nice to have this beautiful community of people, and it's why I'm doing what I'm doing, because we all need each other as we get older. All right, all you got to do, Maria, is comment color match, and I'll get you color match. The links will come to you. Jawline right here. Okay, so you know, I'm going to follow my normal jawline when I contour. But if I follow and complete this divot right here, which is truly what's accentuating the jowl. Let me zoom in so you guys can actually see it. All right, so my profile is this. Here's the jowl, right? Here's the little divot that accentuates the jowl. If I put contour right there only, or I just follow the natural shadow, it's not going to look any different, or it's going to make this divot appear even deeper. And I don't want that. I want to distract from the divot, because if I distract from the divot, it's going to smooth out this saggy part. Okay, so I'm going to show you with my finger what this looks like. All right, so let me just make sure I have the products that I want for you guys. All right, so I am going to use a cooler contour here this time, and this one is called Astoria. Okay, it's a little bit more gray, and you only need one color contour. I don't want you to feel like you need a gazillion kinds of contour. So I'm going to start right here at the top of my ear, and I'm going to stay on my jawbone. Here's what it looks like. Now, the minute that I get to the saggy part, I'm going to go straight across it. So you're actually probably going to see this up on my face. I'm going to blend it so it looks natural, but I wanted you to see for demonstration purposes, I'm going to keep going. And then I'm going to resume where I needed to be, back down on the jawbone and the chin. Okay, so the idea then is that this area right here, I want to make this sagginess recede back. So I'm going to pretend that it's not there and go straight across it. Let's do the other side. Again, I'm just using my finger. You can use a brush, you can use whatever floats your boat, but when you're using creams, you have so much flexibility. All right, so starting up here. This is really great also if you have a double chin. You want to make sure that you are contouring your chin. All right, so there's the divot. It's way worse on this side. I sleep on this side, which is why my jowl is worse on this side. There's the divot, and right in front of the divot is where it starts to sag, so I'm going to come straight across it and then continue. So then when I blend, I'm just going to lightly blend. Now I don't want to have a black racing stripe going down my chin. This is all going to be a shadow. This is all going to be a hint of contouring that is going to draw, again, the attention away from each thing uniquely and give you give you the look that you're looking for. It matters how you sleep, unfortunately. I mean, I encourage you to get a satin pillowcase. I have a special pillow that I use that actually helps to be able to control the amount of wrinkles because it doesn't like push my jaw up. If you have a high collared shirt, it might be a situation where you just want to tap a little bit of setting powder in that area. I don't really have any major issue with those. Like if I were wearing a white turtleneck, for sure, I would put a little bit of setting powder there. If you go to my stories and you go to collabs, I have these little highlight bubbles, and one of my collabs is the pillow. I believe it's called a Sleep and Glow pillow, and that's what it's mainly for. But satin pillowcase, you can get those for $10 on Amazon. You don't have one of those, and it saves your hair too. All right, so there you learned contouring technique. Let's work on lips, shall we? Let's work on some lips. Common issues with women as they get older, our lips fold under, so they look less full, they look thin, and also lip lines. So let's address those two things really quickly. Lining your lips with a lip liner that is like 1 or 2 shades darker than your natural lip tone, or just a tad darker than your lip color, is always very oh, thank you so much for sharing your thoughts. That means the world to me. Western Barbara. So I'm going to use, this is just a lip liner. It's by Wonder Skin. It's in the color Romance. No, it's not Romance. I think this is Rosewood. Sorry, Rosewood. And what I'm going to do is, I have lip lines too. Apparently it's from sucking through a straw, or I was a teacher for 25 years, taught public school education. So I probably whistled a lot. I don't know. So I was never a smoker. I'm going to start a little bit in. All right. In further. And I'm not going to go from corner to corner. And the reason being is because our mouths naturally turn down, and I just posted a reel about this. Our mouths naturally turn down as we get older. So if I go from corner to corner, it's going to draw attention to my lips turning down. Same thing on my upper lip. I'll just trace that. I don't overline by a lot, but you guys, we have this little white line that is above our lip line. It's called the vermilion border. And you can see actually my lip lines, and we're going to address those in a minute too. I'm going to start the same place that I started the lower, and right on that vermilion border. But I'm not going to go all the way to the corner. Okay. Now the next thing that I love, just taking a lighter shade of lip color, and I'll just use like this pretty pink and filling it in. Okay, so it helps to give our lips more shape. Thank you, Gail. You're so sweet. Yeah, you're going to love, if you can get your hands on Saint, there's a lot of really pretty frosty looks. I never did add anything onto my cheeks. Let me go ahead and add some onto my cheeks for you guys. This is a color called Pinky Promise, but look how vibrant it looks. But in cream formulation, you have the control over how light or dark you want it, how much you want on there. And I love what a natural glow it gives. So can you see that? It's just like pretty. It's like a youthful look. All right. Now let's talk lip liner for a minute. Let me see if I can find my magic piece of my magic wand. All right, so this is a flesh tone. It's truly a flesh tone. This is the color of it. It is made by Rimmel. I think you'll actually, if you comment lip liner, if you've already commented, then you probably, like K-Skin or Color Match, you probably already have the links to this. But this is really good. It's coming to the UK, Maria. It's coming to the UK. So, and PJ, Iona, it's coming to the UK. This is for, it actually is an eyeliner. It's called Undereyes, and it's made by Rimmel. I'll get you the Amazon link for real. But this is truly an eyeliner. But watch. Okay, this is primarily to distract from lip lines. Now, you can see it, so calm down. Calm down for a second. All right. September, PJ. It's eyeliner. It's eyeliner. It's not really lip liner. Okay, it's an eyeliner that I'm using. Okay, so that really just, the wrinkles of our lip lines, when they deepen, that is what draws attention to them. So by putting a lighter color, but not too light, because then it looks like you're drinking milk, it can deflect from the lip lines and also give your lips more shape. It's magical. All right. So the one thing that I haven't done anything of is my eyes, and I've been using my own personal palette. So this isn't Victoria. This is not, you can buy my palette, but like this is Saint makeup, and they allow you to customize and build your own. And I can help you build your own by commenting color match. All you've got to do is send me a selfie, and I can match to your skin tones all the colors. That would be great for you. All right, so just two things. I'm not going to do a full eyeshadow look, but what I am going to do is I'm going to show you this eyeshadow primer. I got to make sure that I literally broke the internet with and sold Sigma out of it, because if you're not much of an eyeshadow gal, I have days where give me all the eyeshadows. I want them. And then I have days, and in the summer, more of these days, where just give me some, even out my eyelids, and give me some mascara, and I'm good. This is a eyeshadow primer by Sigma Cosmetics in the color Persuade. Okay, this is the color of it. It's a matte. My eyelids get really discolored and veiny. You can see them. This is a matte shade, and I am going to just add a little bit of this to my eyelids. okay? And you're just gonna see it literally brighten my eyes. So if I do nothing else, all I've done is just even out all of the veininess. It's great for crepey eyelids. And, you know, crepey eyelids are a thing. And it doesn't crease. And if you decide that you do want to use eyeshadow, it will prevent your eyeshadows from creasing. If you are a Saint makeup girl and you like using the creams like your bronzer or your contour as your eyeshadow, which is totally a thing. It's awesome. You can use your contour as your eyeshadow. Having that primer, it's not drying, Shelly. It's not drying. It's so good. I know what you're talking about when you're talking about drying. How is it different from concealer? It's a true primer. So concealer for me will end up creasing my eyeshadow. Yeah, at some point. I mean, it's okay to use for a while, but if you're looking for longevity, then you would want an eyeshadow primer. Yay, it's called Sigma. It's by Sigma Cosmetics, and it's called Persuade is the color that you want. But I literally sold them out. At one point on their website, you were able to sign up to get notified when it was back in stock. So I didn't use any eyeliner. The eye primer is called Sigma Cosmetics, and the color is Persuade. And right now I'm just using Thrive Insta Makeup Fix. This is my mascara. I know, it's sold out in that color. Check Amazon, or I can send you my Amazon link for it. Amazon might have it. Their Sigma is getting more. So Persuade is the color that you want. I also have this color here. It's called Bubbly, but it's shimmery. And if you like shimmery, you know, you can go for it. But I don't want shimmery unless I'm going for that kind of a look in the evening. Which, if I use shimmer, it's only on my eyelids anyway. When you are placing mascara on your eyes, you want to concentrate on, nice to know, PJ, on the outer corner. And this is what I was mentioning about blinking, turning your wand, and even rocking it back and forth. This is a tubular mascara, which I love because I like the way it comes off. It comes off in little spider fingers, spider legs. And it doesn't smear. It has little fibers that wrap the lashes. I need to go wash my hair. My hair looks like it could wring the oil out of it. I only wash my hair like twice a week, so. And tapping very lightly on the bottom lashes. These are just a little bit more than I typically put on my bottom lashes. I typically just tap. Got out of control. All right, last thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and take my beauty sponge and number one, tap all the sweat off of my, thank you so much. You guys are so nice. I'm gonna tap all the sweat off my face and my neck from sitting in my daughter's old bedroom. We have a window air conditioner, but if I turned it on, y'all wouldn't be able to hear me. And that, oh my gosh, I just smeared my mascara when I went to pull my hair out of my eyes. Hey, here's a great learning opportunity. When you smear your mascara, do not, I repeat, do not take it off right away. Wait until it dries. And then you're gonna take a little spoolie. I'm gonna give it a second, but once you let it dry, take a little spoolie eyeshadow brush or mascara brush and then brush it away. And it won't be seen again, just like that. All right, thank you guys for joining me. My name is Kim. I'm your over 50 makeup teacher. If you don't already follow me, go to my photo and click follow. You have so many easy tips for you all because we need each other as we age. Talk to you later. See you soon.